So in our last couple videos, we talked about how to choose the right contractor. This time, let's talk about budget. What does it cost to do remodeling projects? Hey, I'm Travis Garcia with Prestige Contractors. We specialize in home additions, kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, things like that. So how do you know how much your project is going to cost? That's one of the biggest questions. You need to know budget so you know if you can afford your remodel. So Google cost versus value report. It's put out by Remodeling magazine, and they basically interview all across the country, thousands of people. They talk about what project did you do, how much was that project. They go over something like 20 different projects, from window replacements to decks to mid-range kitchens, mid-range bathrooms, high-end kitchens, high-end bathrooms. And this just gives you averages for all the different major city metropolitan areas across the country, and you can search by zip code and it breaks it down for you. It'll give you the average cost of what those projects were, as well as the value recouped as a dollar amount and as a percentage. So this is just, it's definitely not like, oh, it's gonna exactly cost this amount. I think the most previous, or the most current year, showed a high-end luxury kitchen at $194,000. We could do a kitchen like that for probably anywhere from $140,000 to $260,000. It just depends on what are you going to choose for your selections. Things like cabinetry and countertops, those are always, and appliances, those are usually the three that are the most expensive. And so we've typically seen in a higher end type remodel in the areas that we serve, kitchens can be anywhere from maybe 120 on the lower end, all the way up to $350,000. That's a big range, but those are the ranges that we've seen. And so, if it's just a quick pull and replace and it's a decent sized kitchen, maybe it's 150 square feet, give or take, maybe even 200 square feet, you're going to be in the upper ranges of those if you're going with the high-end appliance packages, where you're spending maybe $40,000 to $50,000 on appliances, $40,000 to $50,000 on cabinetry. Something else to think about is that when we put all of our line items together, electrical work is the highest dollar amount line item that we have, outside of things like cabinetry, countertops, and appliances. Then it's usually electrical is next. Definitely with new codes and the power requirements that most of these appliances take, there's a lot of electrical work that needs to be done, especially in older homes that need to be upgraded. A lot of times this includes panel work, could include a swap out, because your old panel, maybe you just don't have enough room and we got to upgrade that panel. Sometimes we just do it with a sub panel. There's a lot of variables there. So around here, as far as that goes, that's kind of the higher end on the kitchen side, and that's not just like, okay, come pull and replace just my kitchen, just my cabinets in that little zone. Normally that includes stuff like the flooring on that level of home, because when you're doing your kitchen, that integrates with the rest of the home. So sometimes it's pull a window on the back wall and install a door, or there's usually these other little kickers that are a part of that project and a part of that price, but it's not necessarily a part of the actual kitchen. So on the other end of the spectrum, if you're doing a pull and replace, and maybe it's a $17,000 to $25,000 appliance package, $17,000 to $25,000 cabinetry package, and your kitchen is maybe it's a little more compact, you're probably in the $80,000 to $120,000 range. The reason that you have a range is because I can just figure out what kind of countertop you like, and maybe you have three choices. One choice could be as little as $4,000 or $5,000 for the entire countertop. The next one could be $9,000 or $10,000, and the next one could be $18,000 or $20,000. We had a client recently who we had countertops and backsplash all out of the same material, and that was around $25,000 for that entire project. Where if I did the same kitchen with one of the products that we did on our most recent kitchen with no backsplash, and if they chose this other option, it would have been probably closer to $5,000 all in for the countertops. So, one little decision can make an impact of 20-30% on your overall budget. So those are types of things that you want to think about when you're going into your remodel. Is typically we want to not outbuild for the neighborhood, especially if you don't plan on living there very long. If you're going to live there 1 to 5 years and you're just thinking about resale, definitely don't choose things that are going to be super expensive and high end unless you're in that type of neighborhood. If you're in a $1.5 or $2 million house or something like that, go that route. If it ends up that you're going to stay in the house, this is your forever home, then you have a little more freedom with your budget if you have the budget to spend. So go ahead and get that really awesome countertop or those cabinets that you fell in love with, or that $5,000 chandelier. You can do some of those decisions. When it comes to bathrooms, we see anywhere for like a master bathroom. It's all the same concept. You've got a range, a low end, a high end. You can do the same bathroom for a number on the low end. You can do the same bathroom for the number on the high end. Just depends on what type of stuff you're picking. Master bathrooms are, anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 for a fairly simple facelift style project, all the way up to we're signing a contract today for a bathroom that is basically right at $100,000 for this master bathroom. So it's actually two bathrooms, and it's $187,000 for both bathrooms. One of them includes a laundry room, but these guys have taste that fits that budget. We could do these same two bathrooms and laundry room for probably, I don't know, $100,000 all in, depending on what things were chosen, by making 2 or 3 or 4 different big decisions on how to put this project together. So, like I said, there's obviously always a big range, and these are things that you definitely want to talk with your contractor about. The way we look at it is that we're your guide to hit that budget that you are hoping to hit. So as long as it's a realistic budget and it is somewhere within that range, then we can guide you through selection choices, and scope of work changes sometimes as well. You can always make a bigger impact on scope of work changes. So, that's basically deciding to do one aspect of the job versus not doing that aspect of the job. So, but, we can guide you to hit that budget. So talk to your contractor, figure out what budget makes sense for you, your family, your neighborhood, resale. Are you selling now? Are you selling later? And then, hit that budget, do the things, make the right decisions to hit that budget. And then, the overall budget makes sense to you and your contractor, and you guys can work together to complete that project. That's about it for now on budgets and how much does a remodeling project cost. Check out our next video. It's going to be posted right up here, and we will go over timeline, scheduling, how long should a project like this take. Thanks a lot.